Kavishka, this is your first speech. It's your icebreaker. Your speech, your first project, you will be introducing yourself to the fellow club members and give them some information about your background, interests and ambitions. Practice giving your speech to friends or family members and strive to make an eye contact with some of the audience. You may use notes during the speech if you wish. Read the entire project before preparing your talk. Your objectives are to begin speaking before an audience, to discover speaking skills you have already have and the skills that need some attention. Timer, the time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Good evening, Toastmasters. The topic at hand today is that I have to introduce myself to all of y'all, which most of y'all already know about me. So starting off, I live in Mahalagama and my family consists of 4 people, my father, mother, myself, my brother and actually my dog too, which I recently got. A quote that I generally use in my life and I clearly stand by is that we were born to be real, not to be perfect. That's something that I have learned through my life experiences. Starting off with my small days, I schooled at Bishop's College. And from small days, I was a very active, naughty kid who used to do the most mischievous things back in school. I was clearly known as one of the most mischievous kids because I used to play and run around classes, used to cut classes since I was pretty small. Moving on to the middle school, I was very active in school clubs, societies. I used to always act in every play, sing for every school show. I used to do a lot of sports. And you could say I was a very popular kid back in school because everybody knew me because I was literally in everything. When I came to senior school, it was still the same. I was still extremely active in school. I was president of 5 clubs in school, vice captain of 2 sports, also the deputy head prefect of school. So you could say I was pretty active. Something that I used to always think in life was that I always have to be number 1. That's something I used to always take pride in when I was small. But with life experiences, something that I learned was that you can't always be number 1. That there are some times that you have to be second or you have to fall back in order to give other people chances in life. And you can't always be good at what you do. Since I was small, for every competition I went, for every sport I played, I always used to get placed. So I took pride in it and I actually thought it was a big deal. And I think you could say that I was actually a bit bloated-headed at one point of my life because I used to think that being number 1 was the best thing. But then when it came to the part where I was awarded deputy head prefect, I actually learned that you can't be number 1 in your life all the time. There are some times that you deserve certain things and that you don't really get. So that is one important point in my life back in school where I learned that. And also, I used to be pretty studious in school, but then when I came to do my A-levels, I engaged in a lot of extracurricular activities and I sort of neglected my studies. That is another point in life where I learned that you can't always grab everything you want and do everything and balance everything. It's a pretty hard thing to do. That's something that I learned during my school life. My school life was really interesting and there are so many experiences that I can tell my family, my friends, my kids someday, and I take pride in that. Moving on to the current part of my life. Initially when I was small, usually kids, when they were small, they have the small dreams of becoming teachers, doctors, all those sorts of things, simple ambitions. But since I was small, I always had this idea of becoming an engineer. Even though I didn't know what an engineer actually did, I actually thought it was a big deal becoming an engineer. So when I was really small, initially I wanted to become a sound engineer because I was so much into music and I love composing. I play the piano and I sing too. So I thought sound engineering was a good field to attend. But then with time, I learned that sound engineering didn't have a great scope in Sri Lanka and that there are no good places that you can actually gain a good knowledge from. Then I thought of becoming an aeronautical engineer, a field that I'm extremely interested in, and I love planes. I know every single detail about planes, and I am very much interested in that field. But then with the social norm in the country, which my parents really adhere to, they thought that aeronautical engineering was not a field for a girl to really attend in. So I had to change my scope or change my idea. Software engineering is probably like the last or the least thing that was in my mind. To be honest, I'm still not interested in it after finishing one whole year. I would say I'm still not interested in it, and I don't know why I'm actually doing it. I'm actually doing it because my parents wanted me to, and because I actually wanted to engage in the field of engineering, and I have no other choice of engineering, but I'm left with this. So I'm actually trying hard to be interested in this field and study hard, because I did my first year quite well. So I'm hoping to be interested in this field and learn about new things and engage in various activities and become a good person in the society someday.